to record. Okay, that's good. And then,
Oh, so, okay.
then
What time do people have to come to work? It's January 15th. It's 10 minutes after 8. 30 minutes a day, 2.5 hours a week, 10 hours a month. If they can't be there at 8 o'clock, somebody needs to do something. $30 minutes a day, 2.5 hours a week, 10 hours a month. Time is 8:30. $8:35. 30 minutes a day, 2.5 hours a week, 10 hours a month, 120 hours a year. No hurry to get to work whatsoever. Doesn't matter. No hurry whatsoever to get to work.
What are you doing?
8:35.
Huh?
8:35.
8:35 what?
January 15th. The workday starts at 8 o'clock. 30 minutes a day, 2.5 hours a week, 10 hours a month. That was Glenda Irvin. She heads up, she's a boss down there at the Magistrate Court's office. This woman has a tendency to come to work anytime she wants to. Obviously a Habersham County employee, going in at 20 minutes till 9. 30 minutes a day, 2.5 hours a week, 10 hours a month, 120 hours a year. These people are getting paid 3 weeks pay to show up late. Their supervisors should be reprimanded. These people should be dismissed immediately. January 15th. It is January 16th, Wednesday, 5 minutes till 9. Waiting on Miss Irvin. She might have already been by. I got here at 8:30. We'll see. It's Wednesday, January 16th, and it's 9 o'clock. Still waiting. 30 minutes a day, 2.5 hours a week, 10 hours a month, 120 hours a year for showing up to late work. 3 weeks paid for doing nothing. She might already went by though. Just for the record, it's January 16th. It's Wednesday. I just passed her. She was in a red Dodge. It's 9:13. This woman's 45 minutes late getting to work. If she comes to work at 8:30. I just passed her. Glenda Irvin. It's 9:13, about 9:10. I was coming back out of town. 30 minutes a day, 2.5 hours a week, 10 hours a month. She shows up anytime she wants to. That's what's wrong with this government.
Also, speaking of 911 tape, so we can...
To measure the amount of snow accumulation.
It is Friday, the 18th of January. It's 8:30 on the courthouse clock. Let's see what time Mrs. Irvin goes to work. There goes Glenda. It's 20 minutes till 9 in the red one. She's right at the courthouse. Friday the 18th. 30 minutes a day, 2.5 hours a week, 10 hours a month, 120 hours a year. This woman, I bet you, on her time card, she's got 8 to 5. This is a supervisor too. Perfectly, just outright blatant. She does it because she can do it. Glenda Irvin going to work. That's her in the red Dodge Dakota. Courthouse clock says 8:25. She has got such a variation of when she comes to work. It is my understanding that all county employees, 8 to 5, not 8:25 or whenever. 30 minutes a day, 2.5 hours a week, 10 hours a month, 120 hours a year. This woman is she's defiant. She don't come to work. She comes whenever she wants to. Something's wrong here. There's something wrong with the system. She was in that red Dodge Dakota. Okay, the lovely blonde that drives a Mercedes has just passed me. It's 8:39, January 22nd, I believe. 30 minutes a day, 2.5 hours a week, 10 hours a month. This woman don't get to work. I don't know what the deal is. 8 to 5. 8 to 5. And they come into work anytime they want. She works at the district attorney's office. She drives a white Mercedes. It's 8:39. I just have passed her. She's going through town and she had her cell phone on. Or scratching her head or something. I think she was talking on the phone. But this is ridiculous. You take 30 minutes a day, 2.5 hours a week, 10 hours a month. All county employees should be at their office at 8 o'clock. An hour for lunch and leave at 5. Here you have a bunch of people coming in whenever they want to because they can get away with it. They can do it because they're allowed to do so. This is going to stop.
Been 3 costly months already, and the Guild, as a conciliatory gesture, will not pick at the Grammy Awards next month.
There goes Glenda Irvin. It is
salad deli counters in 14 states.
What time is
May
it?
be contaminated with botulism.
January 23rd,
Deli chef Tri-Bean
8:32.
Starbucks, challenged for coffee sales by McDonald's and others, is test marketing Starbucks coffee in Seattle for $1 and free refills. Medical.
Now there's 2 days in a row. She got there around the 8:30 mark. 30 minutes a day, 2.5 hours a week, 10 hours a month. She's driving a red Dodge Dakota, an SUV.
Decline anywhere ever. China, preparing to host the World Olympics, is scrubbing its face, shutting down 40,000 websites.
Court's in session, must be, because she's showing up early.
For internet pornography. But China's scholars have made an archaeological find of some significance, and almost...
It is Tuesday, January 24th, 8:36. I have not seen Glenda Irvin come to work. I'm gonna stay here till 9. January 24th. January 24th, 8:40. Glenda Irvin has not went by yet, I don't think, unless she came early. And the woman, I don't know her name, that works at the district attorney's office, the blonde that drives a Mercedes, I have not seen her car yet either. 30 minutes a day, 2.5 hours a week, 10 hours a month. These people, 120 hours a year, they get paid for doing nothing. This is what's wrong with the system right now. Everybody else shows up at 8 o'clock, but these idiots, they come to work whenever they want to show up. Obviously, a Habersham County employee. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's 8:45. There's Glenda, going to work. 8:45. Two and a half hours a week. Beg your pardon, 30 minutes a day, 2.5 hours a week, 10 hours a month, 120 hours a year. It is 8:18. I'm at the intersection of Highway 17 and 115. The county manager just went by. She's a good girl, but she needs to get to work at 8 o'clock. 30 minutes a day, 2.5 hours a week, 10 hours a month, 120 hours a year. It is the 25th of January. She just has went by driving a county vehicle. They're supposed to be there at 8 o'clock. I cannot believe this is being tolerated. The commissioners are not doing their job. This new county manager, she's a good girl, but she just needs to understand that that is something that will not be tolerated. Not by me. January 25th, it's 9 o'clock. No Glenda. It's January 25th. Glenda just went by. It is 10 minutes after 9. January 25th. 10 minutes after 9. Glenda just went by. 30 minutes a day, 2.5 hours a week, 10 hours a month, 120 hours a year. I bet this woman on her time card puts down 8 o'clock. There goes Glenda Irvin. It's the 29th of January. It is 25 till 9. She goes to work anytime she wants to. 30 minutes a day, 2.5 hours a week, 10 hours a month, 120 hours a year. This woman gets paid for doing nothing. It's the 29th of January.